if you do it too late. Although I'll see it's Kenya, so it should be okay. But you get my slide. You go there, you pop that in. I'm going to send you all of these slides. I'm going to send you a bunch of videos, and I'm going to send you a whole bunch of other resources as well. So, and you'll get a bit more of an explanation as to what I'm talking about. The last thing that I want to do today with you is I just want to read one little piece from a book that I shared with some of you the other day. Can I have this mic on, please? Okay. All right, so there's a book at the back of the room, and I only really brought 80 of them because that was like 40 kilos, and I was like running the risk of not being able to wear anything. But I brought 80 of them, and so if you would like the hard copy of this book, it's for, I understand that 2,000 shillings is quite a hearty, expensive amount, but that's what I'm selling them for. But I'd really like to encourage you to buy them. And the reason is, this has some CSR activity as well. There will be some groups in Kenya because all of you turned up. One of the things we do is we support for every speech that we do. There will be, I think it's Turkana that we support, a little village. But the other thing is, every one of these books purchased keeps a girl out of the sex industry in Cambodia, which is another thing that we do for this book. But in particular, what I wanted to do is I wanted to share with you what this book is about. There was 34 business owners, accountants, award-winning accounting firms, CEO contributing in this book as well, number of accountants actually, and myself and a number of other entrepreneurs and business owners have written their answers to the question, what would you tell your grandchild if you knew for absolute certain that they would take the advice to make better business, better life, better world? The other night I wrote about the better business being about being coachable, and I talked about that today as well. Better life was about choosing the right partners, business partners as well as life partners. But I wanted to share with you my third piece of advice, and I'm seeing on my phone here, a lot of you are already signing up to the page. When you do sign up for the page, you're going to have to go to your email and click a button so that you didn't sign somebody else up for it, and they weren't expecting it. So just find your email. It might be in the junk thing. Okay, here's how you create a better world. And this is my call for you, and the thing that I really want to leave you with. And anyone who here is a politician, I want you to take this to heart as well and take this to your people too. My third piece of advice is to add significantly more value than you or your decisions consume. And I'll jump to the last bit here. A better world comes from when we add significantly more positive value than you or your decisions consume. This doesn't mean a balance, favoring your good deeds over your wicked ones. It means contributing more to this world than the world gifts you. You have received so many gifts. You're given opportunities. You're given choices. You're given a chance, you're given feedback, you're given ideas, and you're given thanks, you're given service, you're given love, you're given an education, you're given an upbringing, you're given talents, you're given skills, you're given an environment, you're given a planet, and you're given life. And you consume it all, and that's okay. Because both parasites and blessings must consume it all to exist. But one leaves less and the other leaves more. Have you been a parasite or a blessing so far? We're all parasites for a time in our life. It's just that some people fail to metamorphose. A better world is made when there is a greater increase in those who choose to be blessings. And to be a blessing means giving more gifts back, so the world is a better place for us having been here. Be a blessing. That's what you're here for. That's your purpose. To add significantly more positive value than you or your decisions consume. Now all you need to do is work out how, or mentor somebody else to do it. But if you need help, ask another blessing. And with that, I'm just going to thank you for your time. I ask you to keep in touch. And if you would like to grab any of these details, please go to tim.sg. The book is available right there at the back, and I'd love to collect those things and share them with you. That's all going to be on that website as well. So there's going to be a whole bunch of resources. But thank you so much for bringing me to a wonderful country and being so hospitable and wonderful hosts. And I hope you have a wonderful remainder of the event, and I hope to see you around again. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Let's put our hands together once more for Team Wed. I want to call on stage FCPS Said Abeid.
I need to challenge. That was a rubbish round of applause. We practiced this. Come on. Giant round of applause. Actually, that was for me. That's a bit unhumble. Sorry.
I think that's what it deserves. I didn't know how to ask for it, but he knows how to do it. So I'll call in front FCPS Said Abeid to present a token of appreciation, a memento for Team Wed, and do exactly as he has requested to do. Let's appraise. Thank you very much. I would like to remind all of us that these presentations are going to be available online on our websites. There will be videos on ISPAC Live. If you downloaded it, we'll have videos recorded there from next week, be able to watch them. And you also encourage others to watch, because as I said, that's an easy way of earning CPD hours, an easy way of keeping in touch, remembering what you learned from here. So presentations shall be available on our website and on ISPAC Live. I want to request the acting CEO, CPA Edwin, to come in front and lead us in the closing ceremony. And let's put our hands together once more for him as he comes. Let's give him sight. Thank you. As he comes, after this, we're going to have outdoor activities at Wild Waters, at Hala Park, and White Sands. And then we have a CSR, a disabled women group in Shanzu. We'll give you more information about that. Buses are already out there, and they'll be able to take you the places. So you're going to enjoy yourselves and also contribute to society in terms of CSR.
Good afternoon, everyone. Is it the lunch? There was no breakfast? There was no tea? Good afternoon. That's not even better. Could we serve lunch then, as request that you say good afternoon? We serve lunch? Okay. Just the last one. Good afternoon. That's better. Without much ado, I'll be able to call in our national chairman to be able to make a few remarks. Then I should be able to invite in the national vice chair to make the closing remarks. Our national chairman, welcome.
Good afternoon, fellow CPS. Thank you very much for this opportunity and for your patience. I know you have had a very long day, and it's just important to make some closing remarks. I know my vice will be doing the official closing. I just wanted to share with you a few of the updates, because this is one of the occasions which I know some of you may not be able to attend our AGM. So I thought it's important to just share with you some of the updates from Council. Now, in terms of membership, I know you are aware that we have moved a very significant improvement. For the last 2 years, we moved from 16,000 members. Right now, we are doing almost 32,000. We have also improved on our CBD events, which is something that I'm very proud. We have moved from 99 CBD events. Right now we are doing almost 210 CBD events. And going forward, now these events will be done online. Our online CBD event program is almost ready. We'll be streaming them live so that we manage at least the crowds. We also emphasize the fact that some of the events are actually done at the branches in terms of costs. So what I just want to urge you is to make sure that you take advantage of those branch events which are relatively cheaper. I know most of the accountants would like to be attending the national events, but we have an opportunity of promoting our branches by attending some of those events, which will basically get the CBT hours. With regard to our CPS Center, I'm happy to report it was officially completed last year. We had a very good commissioning ceremony. Right now, it is 70% occupied, and we're also calling upon you guys to support us so that we can achieve our target of 100%. On public policy, we've done very well through our public policy committee. ISPAC has participated in the review of the Income Tax Act. We have also held discussions with Parliament with regard to other initiatives. We have participated in the protection of the independence of the Office of the Auditor General. This has been done through advocacy, and we continue to engage in the budget making process, which is something that I must commend the Public Policy Committee for their proactiveness. Recently in ACOA, we signed the Mutual Recognition Agreement with SAICA. That is the South African Institute of Certified Accountants. That MRA means that all our practicing accountants can now practice in South Africa without any hindrance. I think that's something that we need to be proud of. A big round of applause. We are also collaborating with SCCA in implementing a greater project financed by DFID under the umbrella of IFAC to develop the ICT guide. This will be applied to the institutes in Africa and across the globe. With regard to regulations, we will continue to challenge our members of Parliament. Of course, we are reviewing the Accountants Act, and definitely that is something that will be important to push through in terms of regulation, and also to give us the teeth to deal with disciplinary issues. I also wanted to mention about the exit of our former CEO, Dr. Ngumi. Dr. Ngumi was on a 3-year contract. He joined the Institute on the 14th, actually in 2014. He served his 3 years. His contract expired, and Council, of course, made a decision not to renew because of performance. And one thing I want to confirm here is we have cleared the former CEO, and definitely on that occasion, CPM Court was appointed to act. And I want to take this opportunity to request members to support the acting CEO as we could go through the transition process. I know this is a subject which some members have taken to the social media. We have received many petitions with regard to this matter, but I think it's important as members to appreciate that the council has the responsibility to manage your affairs. I know when we appoint members of the ISPAC, the secretariat, we never receive any petitions. We have appointed very many HODs, we have appointed CEOs, and this is the time that we need to respect the decision of council so that you don't make it a political event. Council has the responsibility. I just want to apply yourself to the regulations of the Institute, the bylaws, the Act. It's very clear. We don't want to make the Institute become like a circle. This is a member regulatory institute. And when we make decisions, we make them for the best interest of the membership. So this is a matter I just wanted to make it clear that we don't have any bad feelings with our former CEO. We're still committed to have him serve in other committees, which he has committed. So I don't want people to take this to be a political tool, which I've seen in social media, to make it now look like there's a problem. Transitions, of course, happens in institutions. ISPAC is bigger than an individual. When you serve and you've done very well, which we have appreciated, and you are serving on a contract, and the contract comes to an end, we respect the contract has come to an end, and we part peacefully. So this is a matter I just wanted to make it clear that is not any subject of AGM. These are administrative issues. I know members have received many comments with regard to even creating more branches in Nairobi, but I can assure you most of the issues which have been raised in the media, we have responded to them because they are administrative issues. If you have any petition, there was a received petition about the former CEO, CPA Caroline. Members want to know why did she leave. They're asking 5 years down the line. I think it's important that we respect the council. When a CPA resigns to go and do other important duties or responsibilities, we have to respect that. So you cannot now turn 4 years or 5 years down the line and then start asking council, why did she resign? We want to be told this in an AGM. I think we need to respect some of those forums so that we have the rightful forums to engage. But as ISPAC Council, we are ready to make any clarifications to members so that we have the stability and the respect that we deserve. So as we go through elections, I know from next week, we'll be having election, now voting proper, starting on Monday. I want you guys to vote with sobriety, elect leaders who will maintain the stability of the institute. We have 3 council positions. We have the chairman, who is also being elected. Then we have 3 council members. So take time, critique the manifestos, audit the manifestos so that you can see how these council members are going to take the institute to the next level. Otherwise, I know I'm standing between you and lunch. I want to thank you very much for your support. We'll be engaging more during the gala dinner and during the AGM. But this has been a very wonderful event, and I wish you well, Asanteni, and thank you. And now I want to invite my vice to come and make the closing remarks. Then we can go for lunch. Asanteni.
Good afternoon, members. Yes, I think this is the worst session to have because, as the chairman said, we are standing between you and lunch. And I don't think it's very easy to speak after politicians. And the team went here. ISPAC chairman and council, our CPA parliamentarians, the CEO of ISPAC and his team, branch chairpersons, and their EXCO teams, committee members present, fellow CPAs and FCPAs, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Before I give my closing remarks, I think it is very good for us to know that you can be an accountant and also a politician. And I think it is more encouraging for us to even see the politicians here with us. We have been, as an institute, we have consistently encouraged our CPA brothers and sisters to join politics. And we are going to be doing a stock take of our CPA brothers and sisters who have been nominated for the national positions in August, and we want to support them. I can tell you, members, I've gone to Parliament a few times, and we have really gotten support from our CPA parliamentarians, CPA Langat, who chairs the Finance Committee, and it makes a lot of difference. The Amendment of Accountants Act, we have been working very closely with some of the CPA parliamentarians we have seen here. We actually took those proposals all the way to Parliament in 2014, and our 6 CPA parliamentarians really assisted us, although we never went through. But I think the message there is decisions are being made within the political space, and I think the accountant is missing. We really want to encourage accountants to get in there so that they can help us in some of those decisions. And I think they normally say that politicians don't lose. As a politician, there's nothing to lose because the minute you declare your interest to become a politician, they start calling you Mheshimiwa. And in case you are not nominated, they'll still continue calling you Mheshimiwa. So there's really nothing to lose. But in case you don't want to play the active politics, we always encourage our members to go the passive one, so that we can have our own CPAs in key positions which influence policy. I think the most encouraging thing with the last discussion we end here is, as the 2,000 CPAs here, we have potential cabinet secretaries, because Honorable Kimunya was one Minister of Finance. And I think, members, I would want to say that the last amendment to the Accountants Act was done in 2008. And you can guess who was the Minister of Finance. The challenges we are facing right now in those amendments, I think is because it takes a political angle, and your council does not play in that space, and it becomes a very big challenge. As we sit here, I think we have potential governors. You have been told by CPA Mwandenku that he has been cleared for the Taita Taveta governor, and I think you know in Kenya, once you are nominated by the right party, then that's the end of the election. I think we are seated here as potential chairmen of key political parties like CPM Banti, chairman of ODM, and I think that's a kind of, that's the level which we want to play as politicians. I once represented this back in the second legislative summit in March this year, and I can tell you, members, because we shared a podium with senators and MCAs and the Office of the Auditor General, the questions which the MCAs were asking, I think we have a role to play as CPAs, even if we are not going to be politicians. I want to thank my chairman for clearing the propaganda which is going on. I think we have heard a lot of stories, and this is normal. I think that's how you are prepared for leadership. I know there are some constituencies which have been told that I'm the one who sacked Dr. Ngumi. Other constituencies have been told that I'll come back and bring back Dr. Ngumi. And I'm just one council member out of 11. I don't know how powerful I can be. But the good thing, members, is we cannot allow ourselves to be profiled in a particular way, because we have our professional values which bind us together. It is indeed a privilege to deliver the closing remarks to what I believe was a highly successful and auspicious annual seminar. After 4 days of outstanding presentations and discussions, I am indeed honored to delivering the closing remarks to what has been a very successful seminar, which brought to the fore issues in highlight of pertinent public interest issues. Let me start by extending my sincere gratitude to our speakers, moderators, the facilitators, and of course, you participants for your enriching contribution during the plenary sessions. To this end, it is my hope that the concerns raised during the third annual seminar will be taken into consideration by various stakeholders in the country. Ladies and gentlemen, it is no secret that the success of this seminar is because of your active participation. We are very grateful to you all for taking time off from your busy schedule to attend and enliven this seminar. I also want to thank all of you for your active participation, and it is my hope that we have learned a lot, been inspired with new ideas, and networked with your peers in a friendly and professional manner. I also appreciate the handwork of the session chairs who guided discussions to their logical conclusions. I want to thank you all for your excellent and satisfying job. Can we clap for ourselves? Thank you. To remain relevant in ever-changing business landscape, accountants must develop and keep abreast with these new trends, lest we become obsolete. It behooves us to move from our comfort zones and acquire necessary knowledge and skills to to function as strategic partners. I believe that each one of you will pick a few points from the deliberations which will enable you to make informed decisions going forward. Thank you for critical questions and comments. In concluding my remarks, I would like to thank everybody once again who has made this event a success, especially my chairman and council, the chief executive and the staff of ISPAC who delivered this excellently, and you, the delegates, for the active participation. I understand we have team building and Angala dinner, and I'm informed that there are a number of outdoor activities that have been lined up for you this afternoon with the aim of creating not only a new breed of management accountants in Kenya, but also to promote the spirit within the rank and file of our great profession. I encourage you all to participate in these activities this afternoon without fail. Ukiongea na watu wa pwani wanakuambia inaitwa kujiachilia. So I appeal to all of you tujiachilie kidogo kabla tujarudi Nairobi in the remaining part of the session. With those few remarks, I now declare the seminar officially closed. Thank you.
We can do it better than that. I think we must appreciate our national chairman and the national vice chairman, and being able to agree that we've come to the end of the 33rd annual seminar, and I hope this was a lifelong learning to all of you. In addition, I'm hoping that you've had your expedition at the coast. What I'm reliably informed that you've impacted the economy at the coast, both during the day and the night. Businesses have been very vibrant, especially in the night, and they would wish that we extend this to continue promoting the local tourism. Next year, we'll consider the consideration and see if we can do it for 2 weeks to be able to promote both the day and night tourism at the coast. Without much ado, I'll want to invite CPA Makoa to be able to give us the housekeeping issue that we need to be able to take care of until we meet for dinner in the evening. Thank you.
I have 2 Samsung phones, lost and found. So if they are yours, please see me. I've been carrying them around. 2, we left a feedback form on your table. Please fill it in. We will recover it as you exit. 3, lunch will be served. 4, outdoor activities. There's a team that will remain here at White Sands for outdoor activities. A number of us will go to Wild Waters, Hala Park, and the Shanzu workshop for disabled women. Buses are already here, so as soon as we are done with lunch, let's proceed to the appropriate bus. Gala dinner, we will be reworking this hall to make it appropriate for dinner. We welcome you back at 7 p.m. We agreed you'll be dressed in something African, so please let go of the formal shirts. Ensure you have something African. It is one of the requirements to access dinner. We are many, so again, please kindly come back with your name tag. And as at this morning, we were tagging ourselves, so please retain the tag. Because we are many, 2,190. we have no other way of identifying ourselves. So come both with the tag and with the wristband. For those of us who would wish to be accompanied by persons who are not delegates, we have that provision. We will charge you a little amount of 4,000 shillings only for dinner and the unlimited drinks that will flow thereafter. This money can be wired to ISPAC via M-Pesa, Airtel 722-722. Please indicate dinner as the account name. You show that to us, we will allow you, plus all the people who are accompanying you. We have arranged for flights, airport transfers for those of us who are lucky to be flying back home. The buses will leave at 4:10 this morning, tomorrow morning, 6 in the morning, 7, 8, 9:30, 11, and 12. Since it is common transport, please ensure that you give yourself a clearance of about 3 hours. So if you are leaving at midday, then 3 hours back. That is the appropriate bus for you. Again, for purposes of order, these buses will be running from Flamingo, Pride, Shanzu, Travelers, and Sarova White Sands. So if you wish to take advantage of these buses, then come to any of those hotels at those times as I have announced. As earlier indicated, we will post the resources of this workshop on our website, www.ispac.com/resources for those who would wish to download them. We will issue e-certificates. So for those of us who are members of the Institute, you proceed to your membership portal and you'll be able to print your certificate. For those who are non-members, reach us through memberservices@ispac.com. We will mail you your e-certificate for purposes of printing. I had made an undertaking to my colleague who speaks Kiswahili better than me that I will give him this chance to take it home, and immediately he's done, I'll be asking you that we stand and sing the national anthem, and we will have brought our seminar to an end. So allow me to invite CPA Wambugu to the stage, and if you can accompany him with claps, I think he will be encouraged to talk to us.
Nitayasema haya kwa kifupi, maadamu ninajua kwamba tayari mmekwisha anza kuniangalia kwa macho shasimamishi kwa sababu ya kusimama katikati yako na chakula cha kishuka. Wageni waalikwa, washikandau, itifaki zote zinazofuatwa, mabibi na mabwana. Kusimama kwangu na kuongea katika kikao kama hiki kilichojaa magwinji wa uhasibu na watu ambao wamebombea sana katika ripoti na kanuni za kifedha kumenifanya kujiona kama mbuzi aliyejitia kichaa na kupita katikati ya kichaka kilichojaa chui na simba. Lakini hata hivyo, kwa kanuni na falsafa za mwenda zake babu, ni heri kufa mikononi mwa simba kuliko huyo anayekufa mikononi mwa mbuzi. Niliposimama hiyo jana na kusimulia kisa changu kuhusiana na mwana haramu, nilisikia minong'ono ya sauti za chini ikiuliza iwapo kile kilikuwa tu kisa cha kubuni au ni kisa changu mimi mwenyewe. Nisingetaka kusema ni kisa changu, maadamu baadhi yenu watatiririkwa na machozi na baadhi yenu wataanza kunilamba kisogoni. Waliosimama mbele yangu na kuongea, wote walisema kwamba vipo vitabu vingi sana ambavyo wameviandika na wanaviuza, lakini kwangu mimi sitoandika tambu chochote cha kukuuzia, maadamu hata vile ambavyo vimeandikwa ikiwemo Biblia na Quran tukufu husomi. Badala yake ningeofanya ombi hili. kwamba hakikisha kwamba kwa shughuli zozote zile ulizo nazo, aidha shughuli rasmi au zile za kijamii, nipe mwaliko mimi mtoto wa babu. Nitafikisha ujumbe huu, na nitakapokuwa nimelala zangu kaburini, nitalala salama salimin, nikijua kwamba nimeutendea ulimwengu wema na hatimaye kuondoka kwenda zangu. Toka katikati ya mji wa Thika chuoni Mount Kenya, nilikuwa nimekuhakikishia kwamba nitapenyeza Kiswahili japo kwa mlango wa nyuma, jambo ambalo limenifanya ningetaka kutoa shukrani zangu za dhati, shukrani zangu za moyoni kwa taasisi ya wahasibu Jamhuri ya Kenya chini ya uongozi wake FCPS Fernandez Barasa kwa kunipa fursa hino. Na hadi kufikia hapo, mimi mtoto wa babu sina cha ziada. Nitakuaga kwa heri. Iwapo kuna nafasi nyingine yangu nawe kuonana, iwapo kwa sababu moja au nyingine hatutapata kuonana tena, nitasema buriani. Lakini nitakuaga kwa usemi wa babu kwamba siku ipo yangu nawe kuonana, na ikikosa duniani kunayo ahera. Kwa mara nyingine tena wema, nenda zako, ulimwengu hauna shukurani. Mimi mtoto wa babu ninakupungia mkono wa kwaheri wapo tutaonana, na kupungia mkono wa buriani wapo hatutaonana tena. Sina cha ziada. Shukrani sana kwa kuwa nami.
Shall I ask that we be upstanding for our national anthem? Thank you.